Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. And I know many of you will be excited to try this puzzle today. It's called 24 Trios, and it's by none other than Ard van de Wetering, the Dutch Grandmaster. Ard, of course, if you're new to the channel, you may not know this, but Ard is responsible for our biggest ever video on the channel. It's had 10.2 million views. The video was called a Sudoku with only 4 given digits. And yeah, Ard is a phenomenon. I actually checked before I turned on the webcam. And Ard also has another of our videos that's had well over 5 million views. His puzzles are they are so unusual and wonderful to solve. And although I don't know how this one will solve, I do know that it is quintessential Ard. So Ard specializes in Sudokus, normally with a few given digits. So I've got 6 given digits today, fantastic. And almost always with an original but short rule set. And that's definitely what we've got today. Apart from normal Sudoku rules, there's just 2 other sentences of rules. I don't think I've seen either. I don't think I've seen either of these rules before. So Ard is always original, quite unique mind, and it's phenomenal. He's still turning out these incredible puzzles. He turned 80, still on a weekly basis we receive an email from his friend Ard, suggesting a brand new puzzle that Ard's made. It is a gift that keeps giving. His puzzles are just phenomenal, and we'll have a look at this one and see what the great man has concocted in a couple of moments' time. Now, what else can I tell you about them? The main news, apart from that we're going to be doing an Ard puzzle, is that this evening at 10 p.m. UK time we're back in the Blueprints Mansion. I know lots of you have been following our journey through that incredible game. It's got exciting recently, so we'd love to have your company if you're free. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. Other than that, over on Patreon, as always, there's loads of extra content there, lots of extra videos, lots of extra puzzles. So you might like to check that out, especially if you like some of our longer videos. And there's the Spider-Man competition, of course, for the month of May. If you'd like to win the chance to come onto the channel and solve a puzzle, that is available too. And birthdays. Oh, one of which isn't a birthday, and one of which is an appalling faux pas by me. Anyway, but we won't do that first. We will start off by wishing Andrew many happy returns. Your friend Sylvie wrote to me. I think you're over in Texas, Andrew. And she said that she saw you watching a Cracking the Cryptic video in the university library, and that was how the two of you met. I think that's just serendipity indeed, isn't it? And Andrew, I hope you have a great birthday today. Many happy returns, and I hope you can find some heavily iced chocolate cake. Anya, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your boyfriend Luca wrote to me and told me that you've watched Cracking the Cryptic for every day of your 6-year relationship that the two of you have had. Oh, that is phenomenal. Anya, thank you so much for being such a long-standing stalwart of our viewing community. You'll be very familiar with the puzzles of Ard van de Wetering. And Anya, I hope you have an absolutely brilliant birthday today with cake, of course. It goes without saying. Now, this is my faux pas. I don't know how I did this, but Ryan and Jess got married on Saturday, and I was meant to do a shout out on Saturday, obviously, if they're getting married. And somehow it was in my diary for today, which is not the 16th, is it? I don't know what I did wrong. My apologies, Ryan and Jess. I hope you had the most fantastic wedding day. I don't think you were having chocolate cake, were you? I think you were having, was it sticky toffee pudding? I know you've been watching since the pandemic as well. I feel terrible about this. It's just appalling. And the two of you are both Liverpool fans as well. Now, it's hard being a Liverpool fan at the moment. It really is. It really is. But to you both, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I didn't get this announcement to you sooner. I hope you get this message, obviously. And I don't know if you're going on honeymoon soon, but I hope if you are, it is splendid. and many, many congratulations. And that's all the news. Shall we have a go at 24 trios by the great man Ard van der Wetering? What are the rules of this puzzle? We have got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Now, along each length 3 line, the digits ascend from one end of the line to the other. So I guess I have sort of seen, I mean, that's like saying they're ambiguous thermometers, isn't it? So imagine this digit. Well, if you knew what that digit was, actually, no, you'd have to know 2 of them to know which direction it's going, I think. Yeah, so, I mean, if this was a 1, then obviously we would know that this had to go this would have to be more than 1, so this could be 3 and that could be 6. 1, 3, 6 would be a totally legitimate way to fill the line. But they always have to ascend or descend from one end to the other. Now, the next rule's even stranger. In every 3x3 box, the digits in every horizontal or vertical threesome are never consecutive in some order. And I think this is like a negative Renban constraint. That's saying, so let's say we're looking at these 3 digits and say that this was, I don't know, I'm going to get this wrong, aren't I? If that was 5 and that was 6, then we're saying this digit could not be 4, because 4, 5, 6 is a consecutive triple, or 7, because 5, 6, 7 is a consecutive triple. So that sort of exists, that constraint exists in every row and every sort of 3-cell column of every 3x3 box. So that is a weird rule. That is a weird rule, Ard. Anyway, but that is the rules, or they are the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And look what we've got going on in the middle bot. Have we got, I presume we have got 24 of these lines. 12, 16, and then however many there are in the middle. So there should be 8 if there are 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are. Yeah. And do I have to write 5 in the middle? That's what my brain's saying. You probably do, don't you? You might have to. Because it's got to be the middle. Yes, you do, I think. Yeah, I can prove that. I think that is a 5 in the middle. Now, the reason I think this is a 5 is that if we look at that very central cell of the puzzle, I think that that is on 4 different lines. This one, let's try and colour them. That vertical one, it's in the middle of that one. It's in the middle of that one. It's in the middle of the diagonal one. And it's in the middle of this one, the other diagonal one. Now, all of those cells that are sort of on the, on the edges of those lines I've just drawn, so like these 2, they have to clearly be different from those 2, don't they? So, because the 5 is in the middle of the sequence, on each line there must be a digit lower than 5 and a digit higher than 5. And because there are 4 such lines, there must be 4, whatever we put in the middle, there must be 4 digits that are lower than it and 4 digits that are higher than it. And there's only one digit that has that quality in Sudoku, and that is the digit 5. So that is a 5. But is that actually, I think this might be one of those ones, a bit like, sort of a magic square situation where you might get the middle digit but not be able to do very much with it. 9. Sorry. Oh, no. Nearly, actually. 9. Okay. Where's 9 in the middle box? Now, It's not in its own row. That is true. It's not actually in those cells, is it? Because each of those cells is in the middle of a 3-cell sequence going around the perimeter of box 5. So that would, so for example, if I put 9 there, it would imply one of those digits is higher than 9, which is not going to work. So 9 actually is restricted, I think, just to those 2. And whichever one of those is a 9, the other side of the line it's on with the 5 will be a low digit. So one of those digits is low. 9 can, yeah, okay. Because these 3-cell triples, the ones with lines on them, operate like thermometers, we could only put 9s and 1s at one end of the line, couldn't we? Because if we were to try and put 9 in the middle of the line, it would imply one of the digits on either end was higher than 9. The same would be true with 1, but we'd have to find a digit that was lower than 9. So 1s and 9s... yeah, I mean, so 1 in box 6 is in one of 2 places. Can't go in those, can't go in the middle of a line. Can't go in the middle of the line, one of 2 places in box 3. It's actually in, if we look at row 2 and ask where it is, because it can't go in those cells and can't go in the middle of a line, it's actually in one of 2 places in row 2. It's going to be in one of 2 places in column 2, exactly the same logic. Can't be in those 3, can't be in these 3 without being in the middle of a line, can't be in the middle of a line. I think it's going to be able to be in lots of places in this box, possibly 4 places. I don't, is it worth doing that? Is there any value to that? Maybe. I mean, in the middle box, it's going to have to be in a corner. That's true. Because again, these positions are all in the center of the perimeter lines, which is going to imply there's going to be a lower digit. No, I'm sorry. I can't see what to do with that. Let's check. I honestly don't know what to do. What am I meant to do here, Ard? It's a weird rule, actually. Not so much the thermometer rule. The thermometer rule is a bit weird, but the negative constraint on 3-cell Ren bands, I have no idea. I suppose what we're doing there is we're saying that isn't a 4, because that would be a 3, 4, 5 triple, but that's a tiny constraint. I don't know. 9 in box 8 is a bit restricted. It can't go in the middle of a line. It can't go here because there are no digits between 9 and 8. And it can't go here because although there is a digit that's between 9 and 7, it's the digit 8, but that can't go there because of this one. So 9 is, that's actually going to get me a 9. It's going to get me a digit, isn't it? So because 9 is in one of those 2, it's not there in the middle box, and it is there. Which means it's in one of 2 places in box 2. That's going to be jolly important for the following reason. Come on, brain, come up with it. Come up with something. I don't know. Why is that important? I haven't got a clue. This is a very odd rule. I can't get to grips with this at all. I can see how 9 can't be in the middle of lines and 1s can't be in the... Oh, I see. Okay, so where's 9 in this box? And the answer basically is I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. But it's not in the middle of its line. So has that been... Oh, this has been available from the start. But you just don't scan this way. Or at least I don't. So where is 9 in row 8? It's not there. And all the other cells are in the middle of lines, so it's there. That's bizarre. So that's a 9. Can't be in the middle of a line, so I'm going to put it now. Yeah, okay, so where's 9 in box 3? Because or maybe a better question is, where is it in row 2? Because of this pencil mark, it's not in any of those 3. It can't be in the middle of a line, and it can't be in its own column. So I get a 9 there, and I don't quite get a 9 in box 9, but at least I got some digits from that. Now, okay, I do see something now. Art is so... he's got the most unusual mind. I'm going to stay in row 8, and I'm going to ask where 8 goes. That's really beautiful. And the reason 8's become important, it wasn't important before, but it's now important, is that if you were to put 8 in the middle of a line, you need to find a higher digit to put on one end of the line, and that's going to have to be 9, which can no longer be on the end of these lines. So 8 is placed. It just has to be there. So 8 is in one of 3 cells in row 7. 8 is a bit restricted in box 6, I think, but unfortunately, I fear it could be here. So it could be in the middle of a line with a 9 on it. I mean, it can't be in these 2, because it would need a 9 on one side. So it's not there either, because there are no digits between 8 and 9, so it's in one of 3 places. Yeah, in box 3 it can't go in the middle of the line again, so it's in one of those cells. I mean, that's a nonsense pencil mark. But... well, it is and it isn't. Careful, Simon, actually. I see, I was about to make a mistake. I was thinking about where 8 was in this box, and then I immediately thought, oh, well, 8 can't go in the middle of lines, because I was applying the same rule that I'd learnt from here about 8s, because 9s were restricted, but actually 8 could go in the middle of this line, because it could be next to a 9. So I can't do that. Okay, what about 8 in the middle box then? Because 8 in... oh, that's going to be okay, isn't it? No, it's not. No, it's really not. Where is 8 in the middle box? It can't, obviously it can't be in its own column. That's a knowledge bomb. That's not very useful. It can't be on a line here, because that would go 8, 5, 9. That's not an ascending sequence. So it's not there, and it's not there trivially. Now, this would be in the middle of this line, implying 9 should be at one end of that, either there or there, which it can't be. So it's not there. So it's now not in any of those. What about this one? It can't be there, because one of those should be a 9. It can't be here, because on this bottom line there are no digits between 8 and 9, and there should be. So, I mean, it needs to be here, because it can't be anywhere else. It sort of has been forced into that position. And now it's in one of those 3 cells. In box 2. But again, it can't go in the middle of the line, because it would need a 9 on one side. So it is in one of Okay, but that does allow me to do a trick in row 2, doesn't it? So we can ask where 9 is in row 2. Sorry, where 8 is in row 2. It doesn't seem to be able to be in any of those cells. It can't be there because you can't put 9 on the end of a line. So I've got a 1-8 pair in box 1, which would be exciting, or might be exciting if we can we limit 8 in this box? It can't be in its own row. I mean, it can't be there, and it can't be there. So no, we can't do it. It's got one of 3 positions, I think. Bobbins. It's this bobbins is the word we're looking for. Don't know if I don't want to think about 5 in box 8. I might. What about 7 in the middle box? Okay. 7 in the middle box can't be there because that would be a 7, 8, 9 sequence, and they're disallowed by that really odd rule. So 7 is it's got to be somewhere where it can. I mean, if we I'm just going to pencil mark all the positions left for 7. Let's just think about some of these. I don't think it can be there because one of these digits needs to be an 8 or a 9, and it couldn't be. It can't be there because this green line would go 7, 5, 9, so that doesn't work. So at least we've got it down to. Oh, this is good. Well, I can get it in box 2 now. Yeah, I can actually get it in box 5 as well. Where is 7 in box 5? I can't put it in this cell because on this vertical line I need a digit between 7 and 9, and that would be 8, and 8's gone. So I can get that. That's 7. But now I can get it on this line because I know one end of this line is an 8. So that's going to have to be bigger than the 7. I can't put the 7 at the other end of the line. So the 7's going to have to go right in the middle of the line, I think. Let's pop that in there. Now, what do you think we can do with this now? So now this digit is 1, 2, 3, or 4 just because of this line. This digit is 1, 2, 3, or 4 because of this line. That digit could be anything up to 6. Not 5, I suppose. That digit's got to be low because this has got to be an ascending sequence. Oh, so right, so 6 in this box is in one of 2 places. It's either there or there. Seven is. I don't know. Oh dear. 7 can't be there because then it would be a 7, 8, 9 line. 7 can't be there because there could be no digit higher than it. So 7 is in one of 3 most peculiar places in box 6. Oh, I've just seen something. I should have seen this before. We were thinking about row 8, and I actually made some progress. Why did I stop? I could have carried on, couldn't I? Where's 7 in row 8? Obviously, it can't be in its own box. Now, it can't be there because neither of those wing cells on that line can be 8 or 9. So it can't be there. It has to be here. That's probably been available forever. And now one of these needs to be higher than 7. Well, only that one seems to be allowed. Well, because 9 is unavailable. So now now that's a 1 and that's an 8. So this is an 8. Now, yeah, that's lovely. Now this is 8. And now 7 has moved into one of the. Oh, this is almost really good. So 7 is in one of these now, which means 7 is in one of those 3. But again, it can't go in the middle of the line now because 8 and 9 are not available to go in the wings of the line. 7. Oh, I don't know. I can't. No. This is it's a really unusual puzzle, this. What about 7 in row 9? No, I think it can go on the line, basically, so it's probably not important. I was going to think about 5 in this box. Is that a sensible thing to think about? Just because we get a given digit 5. If we... You can't put 5 in that one, because then this would be a 6, and that line would go 5, 6, 7, which is against the funny rule. So 5's in the same... No, it's not. I was going to say it's in the same positions as 1s, but it's not, because this one could be a 1. So if 5 was on this line, this would be a 5-9 pair. And if 5 was on this line, this would be a 6. Oh, right. Okay, that's something. Where's 6 in this box? And as usual, the answer is I don't know. But if this is 5, we need a digit here that's between 5 and 8, and the only one available is 6. And if this is a 5-9 pair, we need a digit here that's between 5 and 9, and the only one available is 6. So 6 is in one of those two cells. Now, where is 6 in column 5? And the answer is here, I think. Well, it's in one of those 3. Now, if it was in the wings, this would make a 6-9 pair. And this digit should be a 7 or an 8, which it can't be. So 6 has to go in the middle of that sequence. And now it might be row 2 or it might be row 8. I think either of those look interesting. Let's check row 2 first. 2, 3, 4, 5 into those cells. Right, this is not a 5. Because if it was, one side of that line should be higher than 5, and there are no digits available, because 7, 8, 9 are in the column and 6 is in the box. So this is 2, 3, or 4. Oh, yeah. No, nearly. Neither of these digits here can be 2, because in neither case can 1 be in the wings, based on my pencil markings. So these are not 2. Now, does that help us? I'm not sure. Might do. I don't know how, though. Okay, in the middle box, you can't put 1 in the middle of a sequence. If either of those were 1s, they'd either be in the middle of that sequence or that sequence, so that won't work. Right, if this was a 4, that won't work, because one of these is a 6, and on its line it won't ascend towards the 6. So that's not a 4. Oh, I need to get rid of 4 from this. Okay, here is another. This is not a 3 either, because if it is a 3, these are going to be a 2-4 pair, But the one that goes 3, 4 is going to have to ascend to 6, and the one that's got a 2 on it is going to descend to a 1, and it's going to be 3, 2, 1, Dusty Bin, Ted Rogers, either that way or that way, and that's against the sort of anti-Renban rule. So this digit is 1 or 2 now. It can't be 2, because you wouldn't... Where would you put the 1 in the box? If this is a 2, these seem to be a 3, 4 pair. So this would be a 1, 6 pair, and one of these sequences would go 2, 3 or 4, 1, which is not ascending. So that's a 1. Which means these are not 1s. These are not 1s. Oh, it's nearly really good. So what? Okay. 1 in this box, in box 4, is in one of 2 places now. It can't go in the middle of a line, it can't go in its own column. So it's in one of those 2. Obviously, if it's here, it's fine, isn't it? If it's there, this is a 1. I don't know what this means. Okay, so how is this working? Do I know what these digits are now? I know they're from. I feel like they've got to... I don't think either of these can be 2, can they? Then you're not going to get an ascending sequence, and the 1 must be the base of a sequence, must be the lowest digit. So these are... Oh, I suppose neither of them can be 3 either, because that will create a 1, 2, 3 sequence to be ascending. So these are not 2 or 3. So they are 4 and 6. Sorry, that's probably been obvious to everybody for ages, but it wasn't to me. So this is a 2, 3 pair. This is a 4, 6 pair. And that's a 6. And I still can't do it. Oh yeah, okay, and it is okay to have a 4, 5, 6 diagonal, because although that does operate a bit like a Renban line, it's not a vertical line or a horizontal line, so it doesn't break the rules of the puzzle. Okay, let's check row 8. We need 2, 3, 4 and 6 into these cells. And I've got a 6 in one of these 2. Now, I'm sure this is going to mean something, but what? This can't be 2, because we couldn't put 1 at one end of the line. So that's a little bit interesting. This can't be 2, because we can't put 1 at the end of this line. So this is 3, 4 or 6. And this is 2, 3 or 4. Now, to be an ascending sequence, then, this has to be 1, 2 or 3. It's not 3 because of this digit. It's not, okay, it's not, this isn't 2, because where's 2 in row 8? This row is really, really clever. It does a lot of strange things. But where's 2 in that row? The answer, as usual, is I don't know, but it seems to be in one of those 2 places. So this is a 1. Now, does that do anything for us beyond the obvious? I suppose it gets me the 1 in box 7. So these digits are now 2, 4, 6 in this box, and I can't do a 2, 4. If this was 2, 4, 3 in those cells, that would be illegal. So there must be a 6 down here. So this isn't a 6. So there is a 6 in one of these 3 cells by Sudoku. And Now this can't be a 2. Oh, I'm going to get the 2 in this box, or in the row is probably more precise. If this was a 2, I need to put 1 above it, which I can't do. So where's the 2 in the row? It's got to go there, which makes this a 3 and this a 2. And now I've got a 4 and a 9 in box 2. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? That's going to go 4, 6, 9 in some order, and that's not breaking any rules. This isn't 4 anymore. 1 is on this line. By Sudoku. 2 is actually on this line by... Yeah, that's lovely. So 2 is on this line by Sudoku as well. 2, 2. So the 2 is going to have to go in the middle. In order for this to form a sequence. Now this is not a 2. Now this isn't a 3. This is fantastic. This isn't a 3. That's going to give me a 4, 6 pair in the column. This isn't a 3 because this would need to be a 1 or a 2. That's a 4, 6 pair in the column. So I now need 1, 3, 5 into the gaps. So this digit is not 1. That is 3 or 5. And these are 1, 3, 5. Oh, that's lovely. Because I know 1 and 2 are in this sequence, 3 can't be, or it would form one of those funny Rem band things. So this is a 1, 5 pair. That means this digit is 3. Now that's shifted 5 over here. So I think those seem to have to be a 5, 9 pair now in this box. This isn't 3 anymore. So I've got a 4, 6 pair, which means this digit is a 3, which means one of these digits has to be a 2 to frame it. Oh, that's so close. That's so close to being crucial, isn't it? This isn't a 3 anymore in this row. And, okay, is there a problem? So one of these is a 9. So it's either... No, that can't be 4. It wouldn't work. Because 5 and 9 are on this line. So I need a digit here that's between 5 and 9. That's the 6. So this is the 4. This is a 6. This is a 4. And hopefully now we'll have something that makes sense at the top of column 4. We've got 8 and something. 3, I think. 3, 7, 8 in some order. That's fine. Right, so now I haven't got a clue what to do again. Imagine having the idea to come up with this, though. It's truly strange, isn't it? Should we try row 4? 2, 4, 5, 7. Okay, so this is 2, 4, or 5. These are 2, 4, 5, 7. But that is not 5. 7 is definitely on the wings of this sequence. 2 can't be in the middle of it, because we can't put 1 on either end, judging by this, but I was looking at the pencil mark when I made that conclusion. So this is 4 or 5, with 7 on one side of it. And as Maverick flies over, 2 or 4 on the other side of it. Oh. Not sure. Row 5, 1, 3, 4, 6. Can't put 1. I think it's more likely to be the middles of it. Actually, that can't be 3. So this digit is just 4 or 6. Now, that can't be 6. Because we'd need a higher digit on one side of it, and 7, 8, 9 have gone in the row. So this is 4, this is 5. Now, does that do Does that do any magic for us? So in this row now, I need 1s, 3s, and 6. So I need a 6 in one of those, definitely. It feels like that should do something, doesn't it? 1, 3, 6. This isn't a 1. That digit is 1, 3, or 6 as well. It's not 6 because I need a 6 over here. Is there anything that prevents any of this from working? I don't know. In this column, I need 1s, 2s, which I can never put 1 or 9 in the middle of a line. So there's only 3 digits for that cell. 2, 6, 7, I think. Seven won't work. 6 won't. Oh, that's actually beautiful. That is beautiful. Right. Let's study this cell with true concentration. So what I said was, and I think it's true, you can't put 1 or 9 in the middle of these lines. So in this column, actually the total digitage that's possible in this cell is 2, 6, or 7. Now, if it was 7, one side of the line needs to be 8 or 9. That doesn't work. Now 6, I've got a 6 in one of those two, and I think that's got to be right, hasn't it? Because I need a digit that's higher than 4 on one side, and the only digit available is 6. So this is actually a 2. Now that's powerful because I need a 1 now on one side of this line, and that's going to have to be here. So now this has become a 3, 6 pair. Which I hope, oh, whoopsie, I hope is not. Well, then this becomes a 1. Let's double click 1s. Can we do anything more with them? This becomes 5 by Sudoku. So this becomes 7 by Sudoku. Now this becomes 4, that becomes 3, that becomes 4. Right, that's done some thingies. Right, where's 2? In this box, it's got to be on one side of the line. In this row, we can take 4 out of these cells, and we can take 5 out of these. So this is a 2, 7 pair. So that's good. Where's 2 in column 2? Not there, not here because of this 2, 7 pair, so exactly there. So 2, 4, 6 go into the grid. 2 goes into this cell. Come on now, this could be great, couldn't it? Does it do enough for us? What we can do, we get the middle digit of this line. That's 3, 5, 6, so we could have put 5 in the middle. 3 and 6, we can put them all in. So 6, that's a 6, 9 pair at the top of column 2. Not sure. Let's try these digits. So 4 is up there. 2, 4, 7. Is it the funny rule somehow? Yeah, no, it's the funny rule there. If that's a 2, I've got 2, 1, 3. So that's a 7, that's a 2. That's putting the 2 on that side of this line. So I've now got, well, what's this digit? 5, I want to say. Okay, so it's 5 in the column. That gives me 5. It gives me 1. It gives me another 1 up there, look. So in column 8, I need 6, 7, 9. So this is, oh, I was going to say I know where 8 goes. I actually don't, but I nearly do. This is 6 or 7. This is 6 or 9, and that is 7 or 9. Oh no, I get chocolate teapotted. How annoying. That digit? Or oh, it could be this funny rule. I might just be overlooking a funny rule somewhere. Where is the funny rule? Yeah, I mean, there. If that's a 6, I've got 5, 6, 7. So I've got to go 3. So this rule is very much, I think, designed to deal with this last part of the puzzle. Now, okay, up here, we need a digit lower than 5, which is going to have to be 2 or 3. That can be neither, because it can't be 1 or 4. So this is the lower side, and that's going to have to be a 3 then. That's lovely. So 3 and 8 can go into the grid. 8 goes there, so that becomes a 3, 5, 8 line. Column 5 and 7. Yeah, that's good. So that's 7. That's 5. That's 7. That's 4. That's 4. That's 9. That's 9. That's 6. Okay. Okay, this is 6 now. That seems to have to be a 2. So hopefully we're okay. 4 and 6 into the, yeah, 4. Oh, that's okay. That is okay, because that's on a Renban line rather than a vertical or horizontal, and that should be 7. Okay, let's just pause and take stock. Does it seem likely this is the solution? All I'm doing is staring at the grid and looking at these rows, these 3-cell thingies, and just seeing if I've got anything that looks dodgy from that perspective. Not seeing anything. Let's see, it's correct. There we go. Absolutely world class. That is what Aardband of Wetering is all about. Completely original rules. You know, but the thing is, he delivers the joy, because when you can do it, you like go, oh yeah, I actually did manage to solve it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.